Should I put Spin said I put we are live, but Spin said I put 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. That's hilarious. Oh well. Typical.
Wait,
What's
isn't
up?
that's correct though?
Yeah.
8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Oh,
Yeah.
I probably put oh, you know what I did? I think I put 8 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, she looks like mom.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately for her,
What's-
it's not. I feel like she would look better if she looked like me. So,
What's your name?
what's your name?
Riley.
You gotta say it louder.
I'm Riley.
Riley. Okay, cool. And how old are you, Riley?
3.
3. Wow, cool.
I'm gonna be 4.
Oh, that's awesome. You're probably of high intelligence because Ella, I feel like, couldn't even talk when she was 3. It's probably my fault. I was the one.
That's probably my fault.
Teacher,
Yeah. I'm no expert. I only have 2, but I'm pretty sure your child should be talking at the time of 3.
Yeah.
But
No, I think she was. It was just not that good. All right,
Yeah.
so here's what we're gonna do. Jack is gonna be here just for a little bit
Go ahead.
while we go over some game stuff. As you can see, Jack's life is crazy. Not that your life isn't crazy, Ty. We know you work hard and all that, but Jack's got kids in his hands. He's got to make peanut butter and jellies and stuff. So we're gonna
you should
cover the
practice
game
that.
stuff first.
Oh, they already are.
So hey, this was pretty fun. The syndicate, obviously. First off, that was crazy that you two were. I mean, I guess it was 5 or 6 of you going into the last day, wasn't it? Was Connor still in it? Going into the last day, it was like 5, I think.
He was like 20 points out.
Okay.
I think, he definitely was in it before event 5, but I think he fell. Something crazy had to happen after the handstand walk event, but definitely after Saturday. After Saturday, he was still in it for sure. So it was 5.
Yeah, I wonder if. Oh, look, I can update the layout while Spin's making fun of how small we are. Yeah, this was very hastily put together, Brian. I had to try to figure out how to show the sponsors up there, so I did it real quick, which are, by the way, HGR CBD and Dude Meds, dudemeds.com, HGR CBD. Go check those out. They sponsor the show.
Isn't Brian busy doing NorCal stuff or something? Aren't they going right now?
No, Brian is, I think he's home.
Oh,
I think he's got like work obligations or something like that. I don't know exactly, but they're not all out there. I think Pedro is also Coffee Pods and Wads. I think he is also back in Ireland. I could be wrong, but I think so. Yeah, I guess they have no internet. Oh, look, Spin. I didn't even know you had a wrench. I must have just put your name on there sometime. So lucky. Yeah, it is far. Yeah, so dude, that was awesome. Jack, what was that? I'm really curious about. I feel like it was, obviously it was a semifinal with a deeper field just because we had 2 semifinals for North America. But was it a lot more crowded last year?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, I thought
it's
so.
it's not even close. It was
yeah.
It was definitely way busier. They had it laid out differently this year, like the floor cut in half. The whole floor was the whole arena last year. So they definitely, obviously the ticket sales were a lot lower. Even like Vendor Village was like maybe half of what it was last year and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just understandable, right? Like it's just how the layout was, where you don't have, basically the lineup that they released after the open compared to what it was after in affiliate semis. You just have, you have 5 of the top 10 guys at the games.
Well, here's what I
qualify out of the online, so that they just couldn't. I think it'd be better. I didn't know why, because like NorCal's obviously they're not preventing people from still going. So I don't know why Syndicate was like, you can't still come.
Yeah.
So, which obviously there wasn't really any prize money, so that probably played into it a little bit. But So I don't know.
Spin brought up a good point. The teams and teams fighting for GameSpot. Yeah. But I tell you what, man.
Oh, that's true. I guess I'm very, very biased and not aware of the teams and their effect of how they have on stuff. So
the effect that they have is that like the whole gym gets involved, and the whole gym typically gets involved in those. Like at TFX,
that makes sense.
TFX, dude, the teams were lit. Like there were a lot of people from various different gyms there to watch teams, and there wasn't even a game spot up for grabs. So, yeah. Hey, Ty. So what do we think here? I'll go to you on this one. So we see a little bit of lower attendance. It's hard to tell because TFX didn't have stands. It was like kind of standing around a larger area. I think TFX did have more people. Vendor Village was definitely larger, but what are your thoughts on everything being in person, at least first, as opposed to having the online be so early in the season? What do you think about that, Ty? And do you know other athletes' general ideas about that, or just
I
yours?
think most athletes would prefer to compete in person unless they struggle to travel. Maybe some of the European athletes favor online stuff because it's less travel. But I know I've talked to a lot of people who were telling me before Syndicate that punching a games ticket in person is way better than doing it online. And so I really don't understand why they decided to give out those 11 online spots pretty much first. I mean, I know Mayhem was first technically, but
yeah.
And, it hurts the attendance of these events. And if CrossFit already complains a little bit about budget stuff, it confuses me as why they wouldn't want more ticket sales. But, yeah.
Well, I think that the way they get paid off those, though, is I think they just get a fee. I think that fee is lower than it used to be. However, the thing is, if you have more ticket sales, like it all works together. If you have more ticket sales, you're going to have more people willing to pay a fee because it will, pay off for them. So,
well, Syndicate might not go with as big of a budget next year because they didn't sell as many tickets.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It seems like it'd be easier. It would just be so easy to put all of the in-person events first, and then like instead of having a last chance qualifier, just like do 19 or 29 or however many spots from in-person first, and then your last 11 are the online last chance. Like online is the last chance for everybody, whether it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever the number of spots there is. So I don't know why they didn't just do the online part last, but yeah.
I feel like the one thing is that I feel like if there's 11, you'll still get a lot of big names who will hold out. Like Adler, for instance, if it's 11, he doesn't have to worry about it, right? Maybe he'll go to 1 just to be safe.
No, that's a good point for sure.
I kind of like having a balance where you've still got a good event, and it's still official semifinals, but you're qualifying 3 out of, it was a suggestion I made. You're qualifying 3 out of each event, and then you've got like 3, 4, 5 or something at the last one. So,
well, even there's incentive to wanting to punch a ticket early. I think obviously Mayhem was a cool event, and a lot of people wanted to do it just because of its history. But another thing is to get your games ticket in the end of April. That's when it was, right? End of April.
It was the beginning of April. It was April 5th and 6th.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that's incentive for a lot of athletes because then you have all summer to just focus on games training. And so by doing online last, some people will wait, but most won't.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I don't think as many as you think would hold out until online.
Yeah.
Because sure, it's like if you're one of those top, the top 7 or so in there, but even like Madero, so it's like 8 or something online.
Yeah.
Like so it wasn't like it's not like a guarantee for him to make it in an online in a format.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I agree. I just think it'd be great if there were some bigger names in person. It would have been great to see Adler. I don't think he was at any, right? Like some other people. Gosh, did you see his heavy Isabel, dude? You got to be a little bit jealous.
I am definitely jealous. Yeah.
That's insane. What did he have, like 330?
No, it was like 319, 318 or something like that. He basically just like what I try to do, at least like whenever I do heavy Isabel, is like the first 10, right around a minute, but then he just doesn't slow down at all. Which like I don't have the capacity to do that. Like to do that 3 times in a row is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think he did them all power too, which is very impressive.
Yeah. I know, Ty, you did all of yours as squat cleans. Jack, I saw you, but I don't remember. How'd you do yours?
So I think I dropped to a squat snatch around like 22 or 3. I honestly don't remember. Something like that. It's kind of just whenever I feel like it. It's not, I didn't really have a plan. It was just like when it got hard and when it made sense to, I just did it.
Yeah. Ty's got a plan. Ty's like, I'm doing one every 9.3 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. He actually messed it up. He accidentally PR'd because Yeah, you held the wrong pace, but you're like, yeah, whatever.
It worked. But I
Yeah.
tried to power the first 5.
Did you really?
But I don't fail powers. I just squat them. Like,
Okay.
because I don't start this
They just
really
end
bad.
up being a squat. Yeah.
So that first one, I was like, that was below parallel. That went out the window. So
Yeah.
I didn't power any.
I wonder, how do you, I guess in layman's terms, non-technical, what is it that you, because I was surprised. I heard you tell Taylor that your squat, your snatch is like 290 or something like that. But your power snatch is 235.
Mhm.
What do you actually work on what is the discrepancy there?
It's just my ability to save it above parallel. So I can pull it high enough to catch it above parallel, but then I can't instantly turn it around.
Is it not a fast enough turnover?
No, it just kind
Okay.
of sits on me. It's just heavy and it pushes me
Okay.
down into a squat. But being able to pull it higher will fix that, and being stronger underneath it. So more snatch balance, things like that, moving fast and staying powerful through the legs.
Got it. Jack, what's your power snatch?
275, I think.
And you're
265, 75, something like that.
And you can do 300 for a full snatch, right?
305 is the most
305?
I've done. Yeah.
I think you're exactly the same as John Young, which is great because he would love it
Yeah.
if he was just a pound more than you. I think he's tried
Yeah.
for 310, and Mason's
Yeah,
a CrossFit.
I just have to not do heavy barbell stuff if I want to get better at the games, because it's just what I have to do. So like I can't remember the last time I did a true max lift in anything really.
Yeah.
So
So hey, so we can get Jack out of here in a decent time in the next 5 minutes. Jack, what for you guys, both of you, what was your which event do you feel like took the most out of you, like body wise, you needed to recover between events?
Well, we didn't have one after it, so I don't know about between, but it was definitely the event 100 burpees in a row for me. Ty crushed that one. Ty crushed that one.
That was
But
nasty.
Yeah, I just that one wrecked me at about burpee number 32, and I had 68 left, so they didn't go very well.
Yeah, I did. I actually saw that. I saw you take a little pause, and I'm like, oh man, he's tired.
Yeah.
Ty, for you, which one took the most out of you?
That one definitely did. My quads were killing me the rest of the weekend.
Dang.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah. That was a crazy last event too, especially with you guys competing. I wanted you guys to both make it. Obviously, we've done a lot of podcasts together and stuff, and Ty just about scared the crap out of me because I hear John announcing, and John's like, or no, maybe it was Bill Grundler. Somebody said Ty and George Sterner are in dead last. Now, I just didn't realize it didn't really matter at that point.
I was gonna say he must have been talking about the first round
to the row
or something. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's all it was. And you actually,
didn't matter. Ty stepped up. Ty picked it up big boy style the last half of that, because that was
you did
impressive finish. So
thank you.
Jack, did you have a plan for Unbroken that you threw out the window? What was
your
plan?
My plan basically went according to plan, except I didn't Jordan. So on the way back, I was hoping to do touch and go at least a few reps on the sandbag. I just didn't have anything left. So everything else went to plan. The only thing that didn't go to plan was the ring muscle ups. I started to swing left to right. And when I tested it, I just did both muscle ups unbroken. So I didn't want to break. I was just so swinging out of control left to right that I had to break at like 10 or 11. And so that slowed me down a little bit. But other than that, I mean, when I tested it, I tested it in like Jordan. I tested it at like 438, I think. And so I was like, I knew that I could go sub 5. And so I just I think, when I tested it, I was a little more fresh. So I think just a combination of the weekend and having to break the muscle ups and then just not stringing at least a couple together on the way home was what I guess went wrong for me. Cause on paper, with the field, I should just crush that workout. Like I did in testing. I should just, that was when me and Jake were talking about, we knew going into that event, we were like, okay, if doesn't matter what anyone else does. If I win this
Yeah.
event, I'm in. So it was like win and you're in type of mentality. So
Yeah.
it threw a wrench in there when Spencer beat everybody.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
we were
was
like,
crazy.
how does that affect everything? So I just had no idea. Because at first I looked at Jake and he was just kind of like shaking his head at me like this. And I was like, oh man, because I didn't win it. And so I just like, I knew that it was
Yeah.
potentially up in the air. And then like 10 seconds later, he was like, no, you're good. You're good. You're
What
good.
was this? What was the tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker, I mean, as it usually is, it's just like whatever your highest event
Yeah.
finish is. So Luke didn't have an event win, and I won
Yeah.
his event. So like that was really what it came down to.
And Ty, you knew right away. I know you knew because you could tell by your face. I guess you just knew because you were tied with Luke, but you beat Luke.
Yeah, so I knew I'd made it. I didn't know that I won the weekend.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Okay.
trying to figure out.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, yeah, how it went down was perfect for Jack because I got in between him and Luke.
Oh yeah, so there it is.
And so
see Jack thought
so
he helped you
I
at
think-
the WFP, and I'm like, nah, you didn't. He's like, I helped Ty.
And so what's actually kind of crazy is I think if Luke would have squeaked in, then I think it would have been basically flipped. I still would have taken second. I could be wrong on this. I have to double check. But I think that means that Luke would have won, and me and Luke would have been tied points wise. But then Ty would have been in third or something along those lines. But if I was tied with Ty, same thing. We both had an event win. But then in event 6, I would have taken second. And I don't think Ty had a second. So I think me and Ty would have been tied, but I would have beat Ty on the tiebreaker by best finish. But any way you do it, it was like us three were just so close
That
because
was crazy.
there was no separation. So
Yeah.
there was no way to know.
Yeah, it's dang, yeah. No, that was crazy. I and now you're a 2-time games athlete. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool. It was kind of more of a relief, honestly, because I knew that it was realistic for me and it was just an expectation I had for myself. So like I'm grateful, and I know every year it's insanely hard to make it however you spin it. So it was definitely good. Yeah, it feels good to have just the work pay off for sure.
Yeah, you guys just made it when it was way harder. But hey, I mean, really, how does it feel to get beat by a 19-year-old?
I'm not gonna lie, it stings a little bit because I'm just kidding. I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, Ty crushed it. He's a great athlete. It's not like some random teenager. He's a guy that's been he's been the fittest guy in the world at his age for 3 or 4 years running now. So yeah.
There were a lot of young people there, like on the girls' side. Reese isn't Mayhem, is she?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, she's not.
There's somebody from Mayhem that's really young, isn't there, that I saw there?
Miley
is from Mayhem.
Probably Miley Wade. Yeah, she's insanely good.
And I think she's at NorCal too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So last question before we get Jack out of here. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Just how you feel right now and like your workouts this week and stuff. So I'm really surprised by the big list of names of people who are like games athletes from last year or previous games athletes who didn't do NorCal, knowing that there were spots. They probably got an invite. Why do you think we didn't see a lot of people? Like, I know Spencer and Seth both weren't in and they jumped in, right? Does anybody know?
I know Spencer's in. I don't know if I saw Seth's name or not. But
do you know Ty? I thought he was.
I'm not sure.
I know he was planning on it. So unless
I think
something
he did,
happened between Monday and today. But
So Jack, why do you think there's one spot left? Why do you think we don't see a lot of people go from Syndicate to NorCal?
I think it's just back-to-back weekends and it's across the country. And it's just looking at your odds of like, how do I feel? What are my odds of making it versus trying to go for the last chance spot? It's like probably like, I don't know, if I'm Seth, I'm like, I've just as good a chance like getting the last chance spot, even though it's one, if I just put that as my focus versus trying to travel back-to-back weekends.
That's a good point.
And stuff like that.
Because either way, it's two,
just like,
it's one or it's two. Like it's
for sure.
I haven't thought about it that way. Do you feel what percentage would you be at? This is funny. They don't have they weren't able Savon was not able to go live.
I saw that. I didn't see much about it, but I just saw that basically there wasn't a stream, which kind of sucks.
They're doing a really good job of uploading the events right afterwards, and it's like broadcasted, so they're doing it as a premiere essentially, and it's the best they can do. I guess they would have had to buy a cell phone tower.
Yeah, because it's just like in the middle of a field or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere.
But
So
it's Sacramento. It's not like it's in the middle of nowhere.
it's in the middle of nowhere of Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yeah, that's too bad.
what percentage would you be at? Like, could you do syndicate right now? Yeah, I know you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not syndicate. NorCal.
Oh, I would be. I wasn't too beat up. I mean, like I was way beat up. I was beat up way more after online semis than I was after syndicate. So yeah, I could have done it. I wouldn't have been at 100% necessarily. But if it was like I don't have any other option at this point, like
Yeah.
I'd be fine to do it.
But you were never gonna do it, were you?
No, zero chance.
Okay. But
No,
you would
syndicate was it. Syndicate, I wasn't even probably gonna do last chance.
Okay,
Syndicate
I
was
don't
it
know,
for me.
dude.
Yeah.
Last chance is in what, a few weeks?
Yeah, it's June 13, 15, 2 weeks
I-
from this
I-
weekend. Or
I
no,
feel
next
like-
it's literally next weekend. Yeah.
I
No,
feel
it's
like
not. Why am I? Yeah, it is next weekend.
I thought it
Sorry.
was while we were in Peru.
Yeah, it's next weekend.
Peru. Who's in Peru?
Yeah, Ty's going to Peru on a mission trip.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
and Jack bailed on us.
I know,
What?
I did.
No way! You guys
Yeah.
were gonna be on a trip?
Yeah, a bunch of the mayhem. It's a mayhem missions thing that they're
Oh,
going to.
okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Dang, Jack. That would have been cool. Peru's crazy, man. It's like the jungle.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
I've missed work and the fam and like some
Yeah.
other stuff a lot. So it's like I wanted to, but
I
like
hear ya.
being gone for another week in June was just kind of not feasible.
Well, hey, here's
But-
the thing. You guys are even now. You were ahead of Ty in heavenly rewards these past few weeks because I saw that. I know I tagged you guys that you pointed to the heavens. However, I did not see Ty. And that's
yeah,
big.
that means I'm way more godly because I
Yeah,
pointed to the sky. So
that's
just so
big,
you know.
hey, that's big points, man. That and a fish sticker on your
Don't-
car, man.
I think you're calling me a Pharisee right now. I don't know how to feel about this, Grant.
So yeah, you're even. All right, Jack.
All right.
I want to let you get out of there. I know it's crazy. Thanks for stopping by, man.
You're good, man. Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
All
I'll
right,
talk to y'all
yeah.
later.
All right,
Cool.
see ya.
Peace.
That's funny. Oh wow, this is weird now. I gotta fix this layout. I haven't done this in so long, dude. It's all jacked up. So how do you feel now as far as are you what 95%? Well, how do you feel?
Probably 90. I got back to the gym.
Okay,
today for my
wow.
first like hard workout, and
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not recovered yet, but
So what is it I'm kind of curious about what is it that's taxed? Do you literally still feel you don't literally still feel muscles that are sore, do you?
not really. It's more of just like CNS fatigue.
That's
Emotionally
that's what somebody else said
Tired.
to me. Or wait, was that what you said to me? Maybe.
I might have been me.
I think somebody. No, you know what? It was Kiefer. Kiefer said CNS and mental fatigue. He said bodies are usually okay.
Yeah.
It's the CNS, and I don't know what CNS. I kind of know what it is, but I don't really know what it means. Like the whole central nervous system thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like there's mental fatigue with focus and high performance, like full body movements that are heavy take a tax on just everything in your body.
Yeah.
And so when someone says like CNS fatigue, like you think sandbags, heavy lifts, things like that,
Yeah.
because your body's having to fire on all cylinders, and that's what kind of causes that fatigue.
John's got CNS fatigue.
Yeah.
He did a 15-minute workout today like me, and we both got CNS fatigue. No, I don't know what he did. I'm just kidding. No, that makes sense because you know what? When I would deadlift really heavy back when I was deadlifting heavy, like I would have long sessions of just heavy like doubles and singles over and over and over. And it was a different feeling. I don't really know. Like it would, like my body's fine, but it takes a lot out of you. Like when I was doing the heavy doubles and singles, I'd take a good bit of time in between.
And then it's like you sleep good that night, but you still feel like physically tired the next day.
Yeah.
That's kind of how
That makes
best way to
sense.
describe it. So
Yeah. Yeah. So did you, what does training look like this week after that?
pretty easy. Full rest Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, I just kind of got around and did something fun. I wrote a little EMOM. And then Thursday, I ran and rock climbed. And then today was back,
Nice.
my first full day back. So
Okay. Got it. I'm going to pull up these NorCal things. I just want to get some thoughts from you before we get out of here. We're actually having a short podcast today. It was, I wanted to get it going again because it's been too long. I still have plans for the Bible study podcast. I just need to figure some things out. And for now, I figured we'd get one going. But let's see here. Yeah, it's funny. You were probably, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like anytime you achieve something, you're really happy for like a day. And then it's like, oh, it's now just the next thing. It kind of reminds me of like just the world in general, right?
Yeah, it was more like kind of like Jack said, more of a relief. And
yeah,
now it's like we're refocusing
true.
our sights on the games. So we got 7 weeks till then.
Your first games training, but the great news is you've got a lot of people around you who've done this before.
Yep. And I've done it before in a different capacity.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Do you think that it's overhyped, the whole peaking thing, or is that not overhyped? Like
No.
peaking for the games, it's a real thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like your training absolutely changes, and you think you're going to be more fit at the games than right now?
I don't know if my body will hold up because I needed to be as fit as possible.
That didn't sound good. That was ominous. Ty just says, I don't think my body's going to hold up.
Well, it's back to the CNS thing. It's like your body and everything can only take so much stress.
Yeah.
And so this is my first time trying to peak earlier than the games.
Okay.
And so like I peaked last week and
I
now,
see what you're saying.
Now it's like just maintaining that level of fitness, which is hard to do because it's firing on all cylinders for 2 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
And you get through what you peaked for, and then your body's like, okay, we're done. But now we're not done.
That makes sense.
So we get to do it again.
So this is a funny thing. It's probably connected to when I was a baby. I like threw up a lot or something, like all the time. I had acid reflux, and I still have a horrible gag reflex. And every work, it's real, kind of. Dude, meds is totally real. They're great. Every workout, mainly during the summer, like every fast Metcon, a lot of times if I go really hard at the end, which I feel like you should do, I feel like the last 30 seconds can really make a workout. I try to go really hard at the end. Shut up, dude. Mason has to hear this all the time. Like we're in I'm not allowed to talk about it. There's a group of people who talk online, but you're not allowed to talk about the group chat. But I think I'm allowed to say that without specifics. Anyway, Mason's he's a CrossFit coach. He did a High Rocks with Brandon Luckett. So he's like really super good at, he lives in not New Orleans, whatever's right next to New Orleans. I can't remember, but he's like super endurance athlete now. He looks like he's biking in his picture, isn't it? What was I saying? Oh yeah. It's interesting because I will like, if I finish a workout or I go really hard on it, I don't throw up, but I like gag / dry heave. But I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, why is it that it doesn't happen during the workout? It's immediately when it's over. Something in my body like knows that it can't stop yet, but then you come down and it's like your body's done and it just sort of lets go. You know what I mean?
Mm.
No.
Yeah.
Sounds like I've never thrown up during a workout, especially some 5-minute workout that you did. Go ahead.
Not during, but after. I think part of it is, not part of it. All of it's mental. But I think a lot of it's like has to do with adrenaline and kind of fight or flight, like putting your body in high stress situations. Like if you have ever been in like some super hot, like a bike wreck or something, like I remember times where I'm mountain biking and you hit the ground really hard, and it's not until you stand up and get your wits back that everything starts to hurt. Like in the moment when you get that rush of adrenaline, you feel invincible. And I think that's part of it. Like obviously legs are tired and stuff at the end of that 100s chipper, but it was after I touched the pylon that I felt like I couldn't stand up anymore.
Interesting.
Like if I had to do another set of 10 front squats, I probably could have. But the moment I touched that pylon, nothing, my legs were not going to move.
Bro, your NorCal, before they took the official picture, you had the picture set as you like flipping across the line.
I know. Why did they change that?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I was so mad.
I forgot to text you. I was laughing really hard. When was that again? That was WFP. What happened?
WFP.
Did you just? I can't remember what happened. You had two wipeouts, didn't you? Or no?
Yeah. So one of them was because the guardrail was too close to the finish line.
Yeah.
So after sprinting down the floor, max effort,
Couldn't stop.
couldn't slow down. And then that one was because we were pushing the sleds after Echo Bike sprint. And you come, like, you're basically crawling when you're pushing a sled. So then you fire off the sled, try to sprint across the line, and your legs don't work. So I just full on somersaulted. And then there's a great picture of me just on my neck.
That's awesome.
So that's what I used for my profile picture on Competition Corner until they changed it. So I guess they didn't like it.
That's hilarious. I guess they must have what they're able to for the competition, they're able to change it. Or is that like your picture now? Like forever?
I haven't checked. It doesn't bother me, but I just thought it was funny, so I uploaded that one.
Did you see these workouts?
Yeah, I glanced at them.
What did you think about them? They're crazy. They're not as crazy as usual. There's no bucket hold.
Yeah, I think they're different. They're definitely skill. They cater to people with skills, which is fine. Everyone's going to cater a little bit, but
can you elaborate?
I don't think they're as well-rounded as Mayhem and Syndicate.
Yeah. What do you mean by cater to people with skills? Like
there's lots of skills involved. Are you pulling them up?
Yeah.
I'll show you what I mean.
All right. Give me a second. Hey, but this is funny because I always do this to you. And every single time I'm like surprised whenever I give you a workout and I'm like, hey, what would you get on this? It's like I'm expecting you to be like just like slightly better than me. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Why do I even ask this? All right,
but guesses on these. I haven't looked at them deep enough to know.
Okay. Oh, no. I'm going to ask you about my workout today. That's like the most easy workout in the world. I'm just happy because I finally beat my nemesis after like a year. And it is the most basic, simple workout in the world. And I want to know how fast elite people do this, right? All right, so here we go. It's 5 rounds, and you do 12. I swear, the only thing I'm good at is a box, and I'm okay at it. All right, so you do 12 box jump overs, and you do 9 snatches at 95 pounds. So obviously that's like nothing. 12 box jump overs, 9. This is what we do at local affiliates. Nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? So 12 box jump overs, 9 snatches at 95 pounds, and it's just 5 rounds of that. So it's a sprint. You could sprint the whole thing. Oh, yeah, I'll let you do your math. I know you're good at this. Now, remember, you have to walk over to the box, so don't get crazy. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, I counted for 3 seconds on the transitions.
Okay. I'll let you go.
Probably like 4:20.
You'd be faster than that. I could have broke 4 if I went on. I'm sorry, broke 5. If I got 5:05 and I went to the snatches at 4:30, so I'm really mad I didn't hang on. I was kind of dying. When I added it up in my head, I thought you would be at 3:45, but that's just me because I feel like
step down all the boxes because it's in.
I did, yeah. I mean, you have to. We have to, yeah.
And so that's a 2-second rep, and then I gave myself 3 seconds for the snatches if I don't launch them out of the hip.
Okay, yeah, I just went straight down and up.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably
I think you would, but I'm just curious, even your thought on that. Like on 95, why on earth would you? Because you can literally, even if it's a short sprint, like if you're going against other people, you can start to slow down at the end just from even doing light snatches at such a high cycle rate when you're just like dropping it down versus taking it at the hip. Do you still have to be careful in some way in that or not really?
Well, the biggest thing was just like, in an affiliate, I wouldn't ever bounce it off my hips, but it makes a big difference. That's like taking a second off of each snatch, which is 45 seconds total in the workout. So then there's your mid 3s that you thought I could be at.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a workout like that, I would hinge all the way down to the knee for the hang snatches.
No, it's not hang snatch. It's regular snatch.
Oh, they're full snatches?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're just bending your,
Probably about the same time then.
Okay.
Probably around 4.
Yeah, you'd be fast. All right, let's pull these up. Present web, share screen. Where is it? Northern California Classic Workouts, share. Okay. So this one we did. Did you see any of the results yet? And can you see this? All right. I'm going to zoom in.
I can see it.
Okay.
See, skills.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is
a good gymnast and
cool
have lots of skills, you will do well this weekend. So I think Bill has a really good shot after seeing the workouts.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He so you know who won it? It's a big name.
Is it Panchik?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
that
did-
doesn't surprise me.
He did it in 2:35.
Wow. So he just straight up went unbroken
Did he go unbroken?
because that's the first 3-minute interval, right? So he just straight up finished the shuttle runs and went unbroken.
I don't think he went unbroken because here's the thing. Colton had to go back out for a shuttle run. He was at so he was at 21 and had like 30 seconds or something, 35 seconds. I don't know. And maybe 40 seconds even. He had a good bit of time. And at 21, he went and he did, I think he did like 6 or something. I can't remember exactly, but basically he had 2 left and there was only like 10 seconds, 8 seconds. And he just opted to go back to the finish line. But I don't think anybody did it unbroken. I think it might've been like 16, 14 or something like that.
Wow. Okay.
I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and watch. If anybody did it, it would have been him. But then it was unfortunate because John, there were 2. The setup there's kind of crazy. There's a lot of uneven ground, and it's just it's crazy, dude. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's kind of like the old days of CrossFit in a way. But Bill was in a lane with somebody else, so John was like, and Bill just finished after Colton. But what he didn't see, he had called the heat winner right at 3 minutes. Can't remember the guy's name. But what he didn't see is that behind the guy doing the ring muscle ups in lane 3 was Bill, and Bill had finished. He won the heat. John giving some valuable information here.
Oh, no one unbroken. Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. There are guys in that
well,
field
dude,
30 unbroken. So
100%. But dude, the shuttle runs were kind of no joke. Oh, look, you have a wrench, Sandy. Oh, wait, I don't want to. Yeah. Everybody got mad because she got I shouldn't say mad. I think they got jealous because she showed up with a wrench in the Savan podcast. I was cool with it, but all right. So but dude, did you see the runs? They were like suicides. Did you do those in football? I remember doing those. Yeah. And they weren't sprinting all out or anything like that though. So you wouldn't think that it would. I don't know if people were just playing it safe or what.
They would have had to make it like every 2 minutes to get people to actually run that. Because
you know what, I feel like I would have liked that too. I would have liked that
because it looked like it wasn't taking them long. So it's like I would jog that so I'm not out of breath, so I can go big on the muscle ups.
Yeah. So you clearly think that you'd have a shot of going unbroken.
I guess not if no one else did. I mean, I don't think I'm better at muscle ups than Spencer Panchik is.
What's the risk? Is the risk that you literally start failing and it ends up taking you
Yeah.
But
I look at this.
Oh, you know what? Kazan kind of did that.
I would go for broke on this because I can recover during the 45 seconds of shuttle runs to knock out whatever I've left. Because realistically, I'm not going to fail anything before 20. And I think in 45 seconds, I can recover enough to knock out whatever I would have left. But for seeing that no one went unbroken, I think it was either the heat or maybe something else that was preventing people. Maybe the straps were super long.
It's like 90 something degrees.
But yeah, I mean, there's some reason people weren't going unbroken, so I don't think I would be able to.
Yeah, and Spin mentioned something about the field.
They were scared.
Maybe. I mean, scared of failing, and you know, the heat just affects you different too. Spin mentioned to me that I think that Kazan, maybe it would have been like 21st or something at Isabel versus whatever she had here, that she wouldn't have been nearly as good. And I mentioned back that I think that the setup there, the way that they had to go to the bars just slightly, and then the heat. I mean, I can't imagine
the heat, and then the fact that they did 30 ring muscle ups right before are absolutely why those times weren't as impressive. That's still crazy.
I agree, and I can't wait to clip that and text it to Spin, because you don't know more than a games athlete. Spin. I'm clipping this. This is going to be in your inbox.
Trust me. I train down in Florida. 90 degrees makes a big difference.
Yeah,
doing something outside versus inside. But
yeah,
I think also these ring muscle ups played a toll as well.
That's a great point. I didn't think about that. And you know what? Like, you don't think about people who spectate, don't think about it as much. We just figure out, you know, these are professional, whatever athletes, elite athletes. we don't think about what they just did and how it might affect them, but just look at the Isabel times at Mayhem versus what they were able to do online. Like James
Sprague
took off like
shaving almost 2 minutes. Yeah.
that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, well, maybe the other events did have an
Mhm.
effect.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So, hey, let me ask you one more thing. When do you do? I was curious about this just for my workout today. When do you do muscle? So I was watching old like games footage, and I saw sometimes Rich and Scott. It depended on how many they were, but when would you do a lightweight, say in the open, a muscle snatch versus just a little drop under, mini power snatch?
Probably
Can you even
75.
Can you even remember a workout like in competition or an open workout where you were doing a muscle snatch rather than a regular snatch?
Yeah.
What's the advantage? Is it just a little bit faster?
Speed.
Yeah.
But it has to be worth it. It has to be worth the.
Oh yeah, good question. Good question. Yeah, it almost was. So in mine, like my shoulders started failing and I started like leaning back and just pressing out a little bit then, but it was right at round 5. And for me, the problem is that I'm not very, I'm not good at Olympic, right? And my form isn't good. So I struggle to even, like, depending on the day, I was practicing regular snatches and cycling them, and it just felt uncomfortable. A muscle snatch is so simple. And I'm like, I can hold this up for 5 rounds. And I barely did. If it was 6 rounds, like I'd be cooked. So for me, it was just like the simplicity of it. Okay, the thumbs. Yeah, I saw this and I was curious. I tried to go back to find if he ever talks about it. Maybe you know about this. I don't know if he had a different grip. They said he might have had a different grip on his thrusters, but Rich at the top of every, I think it was thrusters. I don't know if he did it on snatches too. You see him like his thumbs come out and there's like a slight regrip or whatever to save his grip, I guess. Is that a normal thing, or like letting go a little bit as you drop the bar down if it's light enough weight?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You see that a lot with power snatches. That's where you see it the most, I think. But yeah, absolutely. Give your grip a half-second break, not even that much, a quarter-second break. It makes a difference over. Usually see it when it's light weights and lots of reps. But yeah, absolutely. You got to release the thumbs. Got to let your forearms relax.
Is there ever a time that you don't do a hook grip?
Very rarely. It would have to be really light and me be doing singles. Like Hopper didn't hook grip during the burpee shuttle run in online semis. And that's because it was just about moving it fast and his grip was never going to be a factor anyways. So he wasn't even thinking about it. I asked him about it after. He didn't even know he did it.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have to do it that way, I think, on clean and jerks just because of my mobility, which one day hopefully I'll fix. But yeah, because it's hard.
So I heard it might be a truck. I heard it might be a gator. Do we know exactly what they're going to pull on this one?
I thought it was a gator. They're calling it a truck pull, but I think it's a gator. What is a gator? Maybe you can help because I haven't seen what this is.
So hold on. I'll just look one up. They were always rolling around the ballpark growing up.
Like your mobility Standy says your mobility is atrocious. Your mobility should never like be like, yeah, I can't really do Grace because I don't have them. Like, what can't you do? Well, my elbows don't really do that, but also, my shoulders don't really do that. Oh,
that's what I think when I hear gator. And apparently loading D balls is also a factor of this one.
Interesting.
So I don't know if they're loading the truck up and then pulling it or something, but it's very interesting.
Athletes will be harnessed to the truck to tote across the finish line. So we don't know a ton about this, but I don't think she was in Florida her whole life. Maybe she was. Athletes start on the start mat at the sound of go. Athlete will move the truck, put the D balls into the truck anyway. Once the D balls are loaded, push it all the way over the finish line. Is there any way to, let's see, here's the movement standards. Nothing crazy here. Is there any way to, I think it's pretty fast. I heard.
Yeah, it'll be less than a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So is there any way to predict something like this?
No.
Like, who does it? I mean, I guess it just favors somebody who's fast and strong, right?
There's a big factor in this one that's a question mark, and that's if they are pulling it like a sled in football, where they're just letting their legs work, or if they're doing it like with the strong man, where they also have a rope, where it's tied behind them, but they're also pulling on a rope and walking.
Oh, okay.
Because then it becomes partially upper body, where I give the advantage to like a Bill Leahy, but if not, I'd give it to like a workhorse, like, Jorge is going to do well.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Lower body. So it's hard to predict. So this one is fun.
Hey,
this is actually a really fun workout.
Do you know if Beth, if she ended up doing this? I was surprised to see her name. I know she's been injured.
Flores?
Yeah.
I don't know if she started today. I hope she did.
Yeah, she was in there.
I turned it on at the gym and then found out there wasn't a live stream. And I just didn't watch. So
okay, so this one's interesting. I kind of like this one. We've got if you want to read through this, I'll read it for the people. 1500 meter bike erg, 45 heavy doubles, 30 reverse lunge wall balls. I was trying to picture that. So when you catch it, and as you catch it, you go down and do a reverse lunge, but then can you make it one motion coming up, or would you lose your power? You can?
Yeah.
Do you lose some power? Okay.
Rich demo some of them.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that part.
It's probably a little more upper body than normal wall balls. But I don't hate that in itself. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay, so 30 reverse lunge wall balls, 15 bar muscle ups plus pullover. Is that you have to do 30 total reps essentially? Is it bar muscle pullover?
I don't know if they're letting them break between the two or if you have to do the complex unbroken, but essentially it's going to go to the gymnast. Trista is going to be very comfortable.
Yeah, she's going to be she'll be super fast.
She put on a clinic at NorCal last year with the gymnastic stuff.
Yeah,
Bill is going to be great at it. Bill's gymnast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be that. But I think those wall balls are going to be a lot more shoulders than people are predicting. So
yeah, it's an interesting one. I like this one.
I like it a lot. I honestly don't care for the muscle up plus pullover. Yeah. I'm like, throw one weird movement in per workout. But
and you've already got the reverse lunge wall ball.
And you did muscle ups already yesterday. So, if that was chest to bar or rope climbs or something, I think there's a better thing to throw in there. But either way, like, they pride themselves in having unique programming, and that workout's not so weird that the fit people still aren't going to do well. Like, Spencer Panchik's still going to obliterate that workout, even though there's some weird elements.
How heavy were the ropes you guys had at Syndicate? I didn't even realize.
So those are the Rogue Pro ropes, and they're like a step below a drag rope. They're pretty uncomfortable. Did you trip a lot? You tripped a couple times, and I kind of looked. 3 total trips, but 2 of them were on the last round. Okay, I think I went with the shortest rope they gave us. I stopped watching you jump rope because it made me it made me nervous when you were tripping. I didn't like that. What was that thing you were doing? It wasn't really a swing. I thought it was a swing, but it wasn't really a swing, was it? Yeah, so it was a front kip and then a back kip on the rope, which no one does. A lot of the girls would do the full front kips, but no one really does back kips on the rope. Yeah. So that's why everyone was like weirded out by it, because no one really does it. But I thought it worked well in that workout. Did you have to practice it a lot or not really? I've always done it on legless rope climbs. Oh. But it works really nicely when you're going 2 legless pulls into a how did you get your feet to connect so perfectly? You like did the kip and then your feet just came together. Is that not hard? It's just a rhythm thing. Okay. I don't have rhythm, so I practiced going from legless pulls into normal pulls a couple times before, but actually didn't do it in the warm-up area because I didn't want people to see. So yeah, I like that. This is a good question. Would you ever do high rocks? Wow, did you just ask a million questions, Daniel? So I thought about doing a doubles high rocks back a couple months ago. I don't know if I would ever try to compete seriously in high rocks, but I would treat it like a triathlon or a 5K where, it'd be fun to to donate a couple weeks of training to it and do it for fun. But I don't have any interest in like switching sports. And then, I played baseball. Baseball was kind of my first love in sports, but I'm a little better at this. So
Yeah.
I love baseball, but I was never as amazing as I would have liked to be at it. So,
Kenneth, I saw this. I just don't feel like talking about it.
I have not been on my phone since Sunday, really much at all.
No.
But I've seen a couple memes about this, and I really don't know what happened. So
They
I
just
guess
like, dude, it's just
myself.
it's really like classic. They just blew up, and like it's like classic Elon and Trump in the sense that in a matter of hours, they just completely destroyed their relationship. Like it went from like this bill is terrible from Elon to Trump saying he just doesn't like it because we took out EV spending, which helped him. And then Elon went straight to like, Trump won't release the Epstein list because he's on it. And then it was like over. Yeah, it like escalated.
That's actually wild.
Yeah, it was. They did have a rough breakup, Sandy. That's true.
That's funny.
I would side with Elon, except I don't know the details of like if there was any bias, if there was EV spending taking out that would make him mad. If there's no bias, I would side with Elon. But the thing is that there's also working with government. Like you can't. There's these days, unfortunately, you can't get good bills done. It seems very difficult to get actual good bills done where you cut spending and I don't know enough, but anyway, here's the next one. That's why I didn't want to pull it up.
50 overhead squats, 25.
Oh wait, what's the overhead at? It's at 95. Okay, that makes sense because 50 of them. I haven't pulled up a comment from
dirty.
I haven't pulled up a comment from Ken before, so I'm going to pull this up. It's staged, so Tesla's stock goes back up. And it's funny, the Dems calling Elon Hitler 24 hours ago, and now their senators saying that they would welcome him back into their party. Ken is a huge conservative. All right, so 50 overhead squats, 250-foot farmers carry. What's that at? 75?
Yeah, 70-pound kettlebell, yeah.
Okay. 10 handstand pirouettes, and is that just on the... It's literally just a handstand push-up on the things?
No, pirouette.
You have a circle.
Yeah. I like this workout.
Wait. What do? You do it around cones or something? Help me.
I'm sure they'll keep you in a 4-foot box and have you kick up facing one direction, spin, and then walk out of it that way.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Okay.
I don't mind pirouettes, but I've never seen them without distance as well.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
How they do it. I like this workout. Again, a theme this weekend is skills, so they're going very skills heavy. The 10 handstand pirouettes are going to take the longest, no matter who you are in this workout. What I would like to see is 50 more overhead squats at the end, because that makes that last farmer's carry actually matter. I feel like everyone's going to be able to do that
really
in
good
2
point.
sets or less at the end, because it's just a farmer's carry. But you add something else like overhead squats where grip and traps start to play a factor. I think if you end this workout with 50 overhead squats, it becomes a significantly better test of fitness.
You'd think that Rich or Hiller, who were in the room, would have suggested that. So you're obviously smarter than them.
No. I have my own biases too. But
yeah.
I just think it'd be cool to end it with that. Or even like an overhead walking lunge. I mean, just something that's going to make that grip actually matter. Because I don't see this getting very grippy.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Yeah, that's a really good point. 250-foot farmer's carry. So, and you said it was 70 pounds. I couldn't find it.
Most guys will do it in 2 to 3 sets, I think. It's not a lot.
Yeah, it's not. Here's what I'm saying. Like, so we had rounds of, it was like 5 rounds. It was 100-foot. And there was a 50-pound version, a 70-pound version. I messed around with the 70 pounds and I would have done it unbroken for 100 feet. And 5 rounds of it. So it was 500 total. The 250 would be a lot, but I even think that I could, me and Jeremy did the workout I'm talking about. So Jeremy, the workout RX Plus was 70. The only difference in that workout with the shuttle farmer carries or whatever we were doing is that RX Plus was 70 pounds, and I messed around with it because a lot of people were doing RX Plus. And my only point is that in this doesn't even look terribly daunting to me when you talk about 70 pounds for 250 feet. I mean, I'm not doing it unbroken, but if I can look at it and say like that's not a huge deal, then Jeremy's a really good athlete. He was semifinals for Masters, I think 35 to 39. There's a show called Outside the Box where some of our friends Jan and Jake, it started with me and Jeremy, these battle matchups, and we had set Jeremy up essentially to try to shame him because he's a 99% athlete, 98 maybe percent overall. If he's not right now, he's been 99% before, but he is for sure for Masters, and we're just about the same age. So we set up there was a Hiller Fit workout that I did that I essentially beat everybody on. I'm like, wow, I'm really good at this. And I did it twice, and I was way faster the second time I did it. So what we did was we had me and Jeremy come on, and I had done the workout twice already, and Jeremy didn't know the workout, and they picked that for the workout. It was supposed to be random. We sort of set them up. And unfortunately, I said I didn't want the headphone in. I didn't want to hear people talking. It would mess me up. And I totally lost track of what round I was in and did like 6 extra burpee box jump overs and an extra farmer's carry or something like that. So I did an extra round and it messed everything up. Now, I will just say I was very good at this workout, but Jeremy's time still beat me by, it was like 6 seconds, but when I had done it, I did 50 feet or whatever segments, and we did 25. So there were more turns. So to be fair, if Jeremy had done it twice in the same way, he would have got me pretty good. And he did get me pretty good live because I did an extra round. But anyway, he's beat everybody since. He's even beat Matthew, who's a regular on Kill Taylor. Like Matthew has beat Taylor, and Jeremy just smoked him this week. They're like actively trying to get him out, picking workouts they think he'll lose at. And he's 40 years old. He's super fit, and he's just beating everyone. It's kind of fun. It's like our own little Kill Taylors, kind of in a little bit of a smaller group that we have. All right. Well, I know it's getting late for you, so we got to get you to bed. Any way on this one to, as far as like what type of athlete it might favor or who we might look for at all?
Yeah, someone who's good at pirouettes, that they're going to win that workout. If they can do the squats in 2 to 3 sets and not fall apart on the farmer's carry, they'll win.
Oh, that's not bad, Ken. We did 53 pounds for 400 meters. Dang. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd probably have to do the same thing, Ken, for farmer's carries for 400 meters. I mean, 3 isn't too bad. Okay, so how is Gazan at the gymnastics stuff? She took a little bit longer than I expected on the event. I don't know what she took though. I don't know what place she took.
Me neither. She's good on her hands. She's got very, very, very good grip strength. So for the girls, if that farmer's carry ends up being a factor, it helps Gazan.
Yeah, dude, look at these heavy Isabel times. Wait, you can't see this, can you?
Nope.
Hang on. This just shows you how different it is. I think you'll know. I don't know.
Daniel, it's kind of funny. People talk about like the Hiller curse, kind of like the Madden curse, where like if you get put on the cover of a sports game, then your next season's going to suck. I've heard people starting to talk about the Hiller curse.
Yeah.
I think Hiller's coming down to Jacksonville at some point this summer, but I don't think it's to film a documentary about me. I wouldn't decline. I like Hiller. But yeah, I wouldn't decline it, but I don't think he's got any interest in doing a documentary on me.
It's a fake thing anyway, and Bill could prove it this weekend. But yeah, you are Hiller famous now. Congratulations. I love that his congratulations to you essentially was a no rep, and he says like, "Watch yourself, young man."
Yeah,
that was awesome, dude. That was pretty cool. All right, share screen. Here it is, right here. I can figure this out. Here's the leaderboard. So this is the dudes for Isabel. So we've got Ackerman. I don't remember what he got at TFX.
Yep. That checks out.
Wait, how do I do this? So that
is he in first? Oh, let's go.
Yeah, wow. Okay, here we go. So, I know who Matt Brady is, but I didn't know he was that good at Isabel. Jorge 448, that's pretty fast though. Oh, but you know what? I'd seen him at Mayhem. And I'd see him at Mayhem, but where is Colton at 436?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Maybe-
remember seeing that. That's impressive for event 2 and in 90 degrees.
Yeah, maybe these aren't that much slower. Bill had 551. That is, dang, man. That's significantly
Drake, really?
slower.
Wow.
Yeah, that's significantly slower than at TFX. I think he had like 520. But he took a fourth and a 10th, and he's in fourth, but Colton is in second. So Bill's just outside of a qualifying spot. So if we go overall, so Bill's fine. And for Bill, it's he's got over the first day jitters or whatnot because he's in fourth. Travis Benton, I've heard some people have him around like 6th and 7th. I hadn't seen him that high. Ackerman, this is pretty cool. Mertens in second, and then we've got William there. Let's see. Jorge's in 7th, so he's in pan check. They're not out of it. Let's go.
I mean, look at that point spread. They're
close. Canyo. Wow.
Yeah, that checks out.
Wait, why do they have times already for? Are there 3 events? There's 3 events today.
Yeah, they're going today.
Is that the truck one?
Yep.
You were right. Under a minute. Wow, she took.
Dang, all those times are close. That sucks. I hope they have chip timers.
Yeah, I don't think they did actually. I think I don't know if they
They're
were
hand timing that. That sucks.
I don't know if they were joking or not, but they said they were on the Savon Late Night podcast yesterday. They said they were hand timing it.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so Kazan's in second. Total points.
Nina, dang.
Yeah, I mean Nina's always been good, but like never.
I didn't know how she was on the rings, but pretty good apparently.
Yeah, I love seeing Carolyn here because I think that people are overlooking Carolyn. I think she was like 14th in Be Friendly's rankings, and I don't know if people have been paying attention. Yes, she's a Masters athlete now, either her first or second year's Masters, but she is super fit. Carolyn has
using sunglasses timers.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. That's funny.
That's pretty funny.
Rachel Noel, Kristen Holt, a lot of people like her. She's in 7th. Miley's in 9th. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Where's Sydney at?
Oh yeah, where's Sydney? Trista's 11th. Where the heck is Sydney? What the heck?
Rebecca Fuselier, 20th.
Did I miss her? Wow. Oh wait, she didn't do this yet.
Gotcha.
There must be another heat because it's only 6 there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So she didn't do good on points. Wow. 30. Does that mean she took 35th on Isabel? She got capped on Isabel. And Fuselier finished Isabel, but then got capped this time. Oh no, she got 16th on Isabel. Dude, Sydney got capped on the.
It looks like cap plus 29. I wonder if she's injured and couldn't do any rings.
It's got to be. And I heard something about Bethany Flores is out.
Dang it, that sucks.
And I heard about Rolf.
Oh,
so
dang.
What is cap plus 0? That's
she probably didn't do it. Oh wait, cap plus 0 probably means but it has her dead last. Yeah, she didn't do it then.
Yeah, I don't know if she's, but then they said, is she officially out? And I couldn't hear what they said. Wow.
If there's no minimum work requirement, she could have just skipped Isabel.
That could actually be a smart thing. If you know you're going to come in like 30.
Not if you're trying to take first or second.
No, it could just be the injury.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. Real quick, we'll finish this up, get you out of here. I know I say that way too often. All right, here we go. We were at Farmnastics. Okay, this is a fun one. I'm sure you would like this one. 2,000 meter row, 2-mile run. Okay, so Bill's endurance doesn't seem great. I'm curious about this. Is this short enough, do you think, where Bill can kind of mitigate the fact that he hasn't been historically great at these, more 25 to 35 minute range?
Well, I look at this field and I don't see a lot of good runners. And Bill is a good runner and a very good rower. And so I think he can make up for if he struggled with endurance events in the past. He's very good at rowing and running by themselves. So I think he'll be fine in this field.
Yeah.
Like if this was at the games, I probably not picking him to be top 20. But here, I think both of those could be top 5 finishes.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Ty might have an opinion, but then again, Ty's 19, and I think that at that age, I think you can get away with a lot of it. Maybe, Jeremy, I think you make a good point, and Jeremy has a lot of experience. He's been doing CrossFit at a high level. Like I said, he made semifinals last year for Masters, and he's 40 or whatnot. I do feel like people like Vellner and Rolf, I think, is 34. Doing that much, your body feels totally different than like when you're that active at your age. So enjoy it. Have fun. Did you even look? I swear, like Vellner's body language is so much different than everybody else's after he's done with the workout. He just looks like he's going to die. Okay. So we're good on that. Bill should be okay there. That'll be a fun one. I guess you can screw it up on the row if you go. So Ty, you said you'd think you'd be at 6:35, right? Roughly.
Yeah, on the row.
So tell me something. What is the fastest you could go if you had a 2K for time? If you had to guess, I'm sorry. If you had,
I don't know. It's been a while since I've done it.
Okay.
I don't remember, but like a 1:30 pace is a 6 minute. I think that'd be challenging.
You think you could get 6:10 if you had to guess?
I think I could be close to 6.
All right. So you do a 6:35 on this. If you do, let's say you're stupid and you go too fast. If you did a 6:15, would it totally jack you up for the run? Would that 20 seconds make a big difference, do you think, or no?
It'd make a big difference. I mean, it wouldn't cause me to like have to walk, but I think that I could easily make that time up on the run by going the 20 seconds slower.
Yeah.
I think easily.
The reason I bring this up is there's a really interesting, you might have read similar things, but Olympic rowers, this stuck with me. It fascinated me. Oh, that's right. HDR. Wait, where'd that go? Yeah, HDR. And just so you guys know, with HDR, specifically what I use. So my knees, I use this when my knees were hurting, and I know John's used it, but I used it after Murph, and it was absolutely beautiful. Oh, I didn't see they commented too. It was beautiful after Murph. I felt so much better. I put it in every single like rough area or whatnot. But I use the gummies for sleep and sometimes for anxiety. It's more natural than taking pharma, in my opinion, because we've got it in our body, the CBD receptors. Anyway, okay. So oh, I'll pull up the next one, and while I'm doing it, I'll tell you we've got 2 more here. The Olympic rowers, so they can do, I don't know the exact numbers, but essentially they can do 2 rows on the rower at like whatever they do it in, 6:10 or whatnot. I don't know. Let's just say 6:10. And they can do that just fine in a morning session and an afternoon session with whatever else they do. For them, they did a test, and for the Olympic rower, when they increased it by like 15 seconds to max effort or whatnot. So there was like a 15-second difference between what they would do in training versus max effort. Their body wasn't recovered for something like 48 hours. It made, for them at that level, the 15 seconds just wrecked them compared to what they could do twice in a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of like just reminded me of when my buddy, obviously this is at a lower level, but we had planned on doing 30 ring muscle ups for time back when my shoulder wasn't hurt, just for fun. And we were going to do the strength for the day. So we had 2 workouts to do, but he also wanted to do, I think it might've been the 50 cal challenge for Rogue. Was that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So he did that. He'd never done it before. He's pretty good. He did it in like 48 seconds. I've never seen him on the ground for so long. And finally, after 15 minutes, like I was waiting for him. He's just like, yeah, man, I'm not doing any of that. He just leaves. So kind of funny how 58 seconds can make a difference versus a longer workout. All right, double twos. Let me pull this up for you on your screen. We already did that, actually. Sorry, I didn't have it up the whole time. I think we're on the last one here. Hero. Oh no, double twos. Did I go? Oh, I see. Oh, bro, it's two different scores. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
So I was saying Bill could be top 5 in both.
Oh, wow. Okay, got it. All right, hero ball. Let me pull that up for you. This is an interesting one. This is the last one. Stop screen, share screen. All right, here it is.
This is a good workout. This is a cool workout.
I think it is. But what's up with the 2 box jump overs, dude? I don't get that. Like what?
I was hoping they were going to be higher.
Is it what is it? 30 inches?
Yeah, I heard they're going to be 30.
I was hoping it'd be like 40, 42.
That'd be so nasty compared with those weights.
Can you go even higher than 42, or is that kind of like the highest while being safe? And
Yeah, you can go higher.
Maybe like 44, 46.
I think it depends on what your stimulus is. You know, if you're doing like the games did that one skills medley where they cut the field every round. So it was like all 40 did the first, and then 20 did the second, and then 10 did the final. I think because you'll have people who would get to a certain height and just couldn't do it. And then you have some athletes that could do that height for multiple reps. So it just depends. You might have to. I'm not sure on the movement standard with these.
Let me just see if it says movement standards. Okay, rope climb legless, during the movement, jumping up to begin each. Okay, no wait, where's it? Okay, where is it?
There you go.
Okay, here we go. Yep. Nope, it's just lateral, box facing and laterals. Yeah. Is it a step down? That doesn't even matter. Okay, so it's just a normal box jump. That's still, I mean, look, I'm not a programmer, so that part's a little bit weird to me. But I like the workout. So what is this? Is this a rope climb workout then? Well, I mean, it's a rope climb workout.
Look at those weights.
Yeah, but what?
315, 335.
Yeah, but here's I know, especially the last one there. But what will the rope climbs do to your squat clean? Like for you, let's say you're doing this. That's getting up pretty heavy for you. What are you going to feel like after the rope climbs? Are you going to have to collect yourself or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's going to have to. No one's going to be running over to that bar and just ripping it off the ground. Maybe that first one, but
Guy probably would.
Yeah, I mean, Guy might be the exception. Colton might be able to walk straight into it, but most of the guys are going to be taking a second before that set of 3 and the last one. Excuse me. But I like this workout. I'd like it more if Heavy Isabel wasn't already this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Because I think with that and the truck pull, you're getting close to 3 strength events. And that's just a lot when you only have 7 scores or 8 scores, whatever this weekend has.
Yeah, but I mean, the truck pulls so fast, and we don't even know all the details for that one.
But that's still all about strength.
Yeah.
There's no way to be around the fact that if it's less than a minute, it's a strength workout. I mean.
Oh, okay. That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way.
This is potentially more of an endurance workout because you're going to be on the floor for 5 to 6 minutes, but still definitely a strength workout.
So how is Jorge at?
Good.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get a great
workout for him.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, cool. And this is the last one, I think. So yeah, that's interesting.
I think Nate wins it. This specific workout. I think Colton gets second. I think Jorge gets third.
Will this be a problem for Bill at all?
No, I just don't think it'll be top 3. I think he'll be probably 5th or 6th. He'll be fighting with like Max Krieg and some of them who are about as strong. Bill's going to be better on the rope, but I'm not sure what his clean is. But I don't think it's as good as Nate or Jorge's. Nate's got like a 380 power clean.
Really? Dang, I didn't know that.
He did that at like 19.
Dude, he looks, like if you just saw him with like a hoodie on or like even a t-shirt, he just doesn't look like the dude.
If you look at his legs, it makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
I get it. I've ever seen.
Wow. Okay, so Gazan, she's strong. What's this going to be like for her?
Will crush this.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Nina is actually, There's a lot of legless rope climbs, but I still think Nina could do great on this.
Cool. All right, that's about it. I can tell you're tired, and I'm actually kind of tired too. I think my family got home at some point, and I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm really hoping that my wife brought me something.
Or you could go make your family some dinner.
No, we've got, dude, I have to go grocery shopping. We have nothing. My like pre-dinner, like before this at 5:30 was literally what I eat. I ate I ate a tortilla with peanut butter and honey on it, and I had something else that was even more ridiculous that I can't even remember. So I need
like what a 8-year-old puts together when their mom tells them
exactly
whatever they want.
That's exactly what it was. I need to get some protein. And if there's not dinner, we have a protein like shake place right across the street. And I'm just going to get a large, like peanut buttery protein shake type thing to get protein. So
perfect.
All right, cool. Thanks guys. Appreciate it. We'll do more live streams at some point, and it will be